Okay, I am going to continue talking about faith today, and we have been looking at some things about faith and what faith is. And I'm going to start by reading Hebrews 11:1. Faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. And a lot of times with faith, you just have to put your trust in something because of other reasons that you know it's there, because you can't see always in faith. But it turns out that there are things that you can see that are evidence of your faith. So we're going to be continuing that discussion. We talked about how when you look in a mirror, you see yourself. But if you look closer, you see some things about God because God made you in his image. So if you're good at singing, or you're kind, or you're an athlete, or you're really strong, you're good in math, these are all things that reflect something about God and who God is. Because you were created in the image of God, then you see some of God's attributes in you. Then last week we learned that nobody's perfect. And because we of sin that's in our lives and in the world, we are reflecting God's image imperfectly. We are not even everything God intended us to be. So we looked at the story of the prodigal bear, and the prodigal bear helped us to see that God loves us no matter what, and we can always come back to him, and he can help us to be everything that he intended us to be whenever he made us in his image. Today, we're going to look at another visible evidence of something that helps us to know that we can have faith, and that is the rainbow. I was going to show you a picture of a rainbow, but I decided that my face is enough like a rainbow to count. Okay, I guess I'll just show you the picture. Okay, so here's a picture of a rainbow that my wife took, and you can kind of see this. This is in our backyard back in the old days when it used to rain at our house. Here in Texas in July, it doesn't rain, but when it was raining, we would see rainbows, and this is a really nice one that we saw. So you can see the colors and everything, and it really is a beautiful thing, and I'm sure everybody's seen a rainbow. But the rainbow is something that comes from God for a purpose. It's got two things about it. It is a visible symbol of God's love and mercy, and it's a visible assurance that God's promises are true. It's intended to strengthen your faith. That's the whole purpose of a rainbow. And how do we know this? Well, we have a story in the Bible that some of you may have heard of called Noah's Ark. And giving you some background on what happened there before all of the cool stuff is that the people on earth were getting worse and worse. And they had gotten to where they were so bad that they weren't even capable of thinking anything good. They could not only not do anything good, they couldn't even think it. They couldn't even pretend. They couldn't even say, oh, let's not do this because that's good. They couldn't even think good. And this was happening. This was everybody was that way, and it poisoned the entire earth and all of the animals. And it's kind of like if you pour pollution into a cup of water, it's ruined the cup of water. It's no good anymore, and that's what happened. And it says in the Bible that God was actually sorry that He had made everything, and he was probably sorry because he was hurt to see all of these things happening that were opposite of what his creation, his image, um, the entire creation was broken, and it was suffering, and it was in pain. And these are things that could not have made God happy. Sin, when it came into the world through Adam, just ruined everything. Now, it turns out there was at least one righteous man, and that was Noah. So here we go, guys. I'm going to introduce you to someone. Meet Noah. Hello, everybody. Noah, I have to admit here, just asking, you look a lot like Prince Caspian from the Chronicles of Narnia. Yeah, I get that a lot. But actually, I was around before him, so he looks like me. Okay. All right. Well, that's good enough. I understand that. So, Noah, we're hoping that you could tell us a little bit about what happened whenever the world got so bad, because you were around and we weren't. So, yeah, yeah, I remember it was just me and my family. We were the only ones who were righteous. We were the only ones that sought God. And because of that, God said we were good. We were the only thing in creation that was good. But God decided, I understand, Noah, that God decided not to destroy you, but he did decide that he was going to destroy everything else in creation. Can you tell me a little bit about that? I said, well, actually, that's not exactly right because I was righteous and my sons were righteous. And their wives and my wife, they were righteous as well. So we turned out we were really crazy, the only ones on earth who were still righteous. And God really didn't want to destroy the earth. Whenever he created it, his entire creation, he said, was good. So instead of destroying it, God decided he was going to hose it off. Okay, so what did you do then, Noah? Well, I built an ark, and that's like a boat, right? Yes, an ark is like a big boat, and it was something that God wanted to use to save part of his creation. So he would hose it off, and then he would make it again. So yes, God was going to hose off his creation. So was it hard to build the boat? Oh, no, 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 not at all. God gave me all of the instructions that I needed, and I was able to put it together really easy. And well, actually, it wasn't easy. It took many, many years, but we made it using God's instructions so that it would actually work. So, okay. So then God told you then who all could come on to the boat, right? Yep, that's right. So tell us the story. Okay, so here we go. First of all, God gave Noah very, very specific instructions about who could come on the boat. So I'm reading from Genesis 6. This is verses 18 to 22. And it says, I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark. We're talking about Noah. You and your sons, and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. That's how we know that they were righteous. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you and to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is with you to be eaten and stored away. And Noah did everything just as God commanded him. And I think it's important to understand that Noah did everything God told him to do. So here we go, Noah. It's time to load up the ark, and here come some animals right now. Who's the first 2 animals? Um, there we go. Oh, it's some armadillos. Yeah, those are important. I'm glad we have those. Hello, Arm. Is this your wife? Yes, this is my wife, Mrs. Armadillo. Well, come on in, join the ark. We're all going to be saved. So thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Okay, who's next? Is there someone else coming? Oh boy, there's a big commotion over here. What is this? Oh my gosh. What is this? Isn't how many? What are these dogs? There's 4 of you. There's 4 dogs here. God said just 2 by 2. I said, oh yeah, but we are pack animals, so we thought we would bring the whole pack. I said, well, I'm sorry, it seems like a good idea, but God's instructions are clear here. He says only 2, so we can't do it this way. Oh, okay, well, let us go think about that, and we'll see if we can have a solution. Okay, but thank you for that. And once we follow all of God's instructions, I think we'll be good to go. All right, so let's see, is there somebody else coming? And look at this. Oh, hey, I know you. Aren't you the prodigal bear? So, yes, I am the prodigal bear. And it looks like you've gotten married. So, yes, after I came back and my father gave me back all of my inheritance and everything, I met this lovely woman and we got married. Oh, that's great. Come on in and join us in the ark. Yay, that's going to be fun. We get to be on the ark. Okay, so let's see, who else? is out here. Oh, here comes another one, another animal, and it's a giraffe. Oh, wow. Giraffes are the coolest thing ever. Look at them. I love giraffes. Um, hey, wait a minute. There's a problem. There's only one. There's only one giraffe. I need two giraffes. You can't come on the ark by yourself. You need to have another giraffe. Another giraffe. Okay, well, um, let me go see if I can find one. Yeah, it said male and female. Okay, I'll go see if I can find one. Now, we're not going to get into the story, but I'll give you a spoiler alert. The giraffe actually did find a mate, and they did make it onto the ark. But that's not going to be a part of this story. So we're going to keep going. Is there another animal coming? And there is. Look. Hey, oh, look, it's Walrus. Hey, I recognize you. Aren't you the walrus who was born blind? Yes, that's right, I am. And after I met Jesus, he saved me. And I met this. This is Mrs. Walrus born blind. So oh, that's kind of a funny name. So yeah, well, that's just the way walruses name whenever they get married. She took my name. So, okay, well, that's great. Come on into the ark and join us. We're all going to be saved. So that's going to be great. We're going to be saved from the terrible flood. All right, is there another one coming? Oh, here comes something. Um, oh, look at this. We got some bunnies. So the bunnies are here. So, hey, bunnies, are you going to come onto the ark today? Yeah, we are. I'm Mr. Bunny, and this is my girlfriend. Your girlfriend? Yes. You mean you're not married? No, no, we're not married. Look, I'm sorry, but God's instructions are clear. You're supposed to be married. Um, I tell you what, um, you're not going to be able to come on if you're not married. Well, we love each other, so that's all well and good, but you have to be married. Well, I tell you what, we've been talking about that, and we really are interested. We just really have a lot of questions about marriage itself. Oh, well, that's not bad. That's actually very good. It turns out one of my sons is a marriage counselor. So if you'd like to go visit with him a little bit, he may be able to help you find the answers to some of your questions. So, oh, okay, let's go do that. Yeah, that'll be wonderful. So, okay, well, sorry. And all right, so the bunnies weren't quite ready, were they? So let's see what else is there. Oh, here we go. Here's a couple. It's it's Tigger. And Tigger, is this your girlfriend? Oh no, this is my wife. So the wonderful thing about Tiggers is I'm not the only one. There's another one, and we got married. Oh, that's great, Tigger. Well, come on in. I don't have any tigers on the boat yet. Come on in. Yay! So there we go. The Tigger's going to be saved. That's great. Okay, and what's this? Oh, we got a couple of. Hey, I recognize you guys. You were here in a pack a while ago, weren't you? Yep, we sure are. And now we're ready to go. And so you're ready to come on the boat? I am. And he is too? Yeah, this is my buddy. So wait a minute, you're both boy dogs? Yes, we are. Well, I'm sorry, but God's instructions are clear. It definitely says male and female because afterwards, we're going to need to repopulate the planet and everything. Oh, I see. Well, I guess we need to try to something else. And um, oh wait, you're girl dogs. You're the girls. Yeah, we're the girls. Um, we heard what you said though, so we'll go try to something else. Okay. So boy, those dogs, they really aren't getting things straight there, are they? Okay. So what do we have here? Oh, look, it's the bunnies again. Hey, bunnies, how did it go? Did you talk to my son? Yeah, and we got all of our questions about marriage, and now we're engaged. Well, congratulations. Um, you have to be married to get on the boat, though. Yeah, yeah, we know that, but aren't you the captain? Yes, I am. Well, you can marry us. Oh, you're right, I can. So, all right, let's do this. I now pronounce you bunny and wife. You may enter the ark. Yay! Yay! So now they get to go. Gosh, we get to have some rabbits, and I bet they'll breed like rabbits, won't they? I suppose that's what God created them to do. And now let's see what's next. Oh, oh, we got some killer whales. Killer whales are awesome, and I see that there's two of you, and yeah, this is me and this is my wife, and we're married. I say, well, there's one little problem. God's instructions are pretty clear. It's the only animals that crawl on the earth, and you guys swim. Oh, you mean we can't come on the boat? No, you can't. But I'll tell you what, because you swim, you don't really have to come on the boat. You can stay in the water, and you'll be fine in the middle of a big flood. Oh, well, that's good news. I tell you what, why don't you follow along with us? If you stay close to the boat, I think the other animals would love to see you out there and probably make them feel better. So why don't you just swim around the boat and stay with us? Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so well, we can't have killer whales on the boat. They're kind of big. That probably wouldn't work out very well. So, oh, what's this? Oh, what is this? We have dogs. It's male and female? Yep, it is. And did you get married? We did. We got married and we're so very happy. Well, you guys can come onto the boat. It's nice to have you. Yay, I knew it was possible. God really is good. He has so much grace. He has so much mercy to let all of the animals onto the ark that he could save. So, all of the animals made it onto the ark. And then after a while, um, God closed the door actually, Noah didn't. And then what happened? A big storm came. And I can't reach into the ark and get all of the animals, but here's a bunch of them. And you can imagine, so here's the big storm and the boat is rocking. Woo, woo, we're getting wet and I don't have any water. But that's okay. We understand. Oh, it must have been terrible. But for 40 days and 40 nights, there was a huge storm. And then finally, the storm stopped. And the animals got all straightened out in the ark. And it kind of calmed down and said, well, now we can get out. Except that there was water over the entire earth. It had hosed off everything. Everything that was alive on the earth was dead. The only things that were alive were the swimming things and seeds and the plants that were still out there and the animals and people on the ark. Everything else was gone, so that all of the evil was gone. Everything on the ark was cleansed and redeemed and saved by God from the storm. But the animals couldn't leave because of all the water that was still out there. So they had to wait 120 days. So 120 days plus 40 is 160. We are talking a lot of months that these poor animals were stuck on the ark waiting for things to dry out, and they finally were able to come out. And you can imagine, after being on the ark that long with these people and with each other, they were ready to leave the ark. And boy, they didn't want to see each other. And they were afraid of Noah. They were afraid of the people. The people were afraid of the animals. And God said, well, you can start eating the animals. And the animals didn't want to stay around with that. But they finally left the ark. But um, they were they were saved, but they were scared. So what were they scared of? Well, gosh, if God would cleanse the earth like that, he killed everybody. So if he did it once, wouldn't he do it again? That could be pretty scary. So God wanted to tell them that, no, I'm not going to ever do that again. But to help them know that that could never happen again, God gave them a sign, and that's the rainbow. So here's what it says in Genesis 9:12 and 13. God said, this is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. And so now, anytime the clouds start coming up and there's huge storm, even tornadoes, even hurricanes, they destroy a lot of land. But God has promised he is not going to submerge the entire earth. He's not going to hose off the planet again. He's not going to judge like that ever again. Now the day will come when he may do that, but the rainbow is a visible sign that God is a God of love and mercy, and that he wants to redeem, he wants to save, and it's a visible assurance that his promises are true. Because now we look up and we look at and see rainbows, and it helps us to remember that, okay, all of these dark clouds and everything, they might be scary. It could thunder and lightning. There could be a tornado, but God's not going to destroy the earth. He wants to save us. And there's the evidence right there. And science has told us how God made it, but this is something that happens through science because God decided it would. So we have this assurance that we have a loving and merciful God. So we can thank God for the rainbow.